Hello everyone, it's an interesting day today, and you can clearly see that it's been a nice trending up move. Of course, when you are at this point, it's after the fact that you are able to see this price action that happened in the first hour or so. Okay, so what happened today? There are some interesting lessons that you'll be able to understand today. One is how to trade the train more, and how to really determine whether the one is developing or not. Okay, you can look at the mm, price move in the direction of the train and the pullbacks, the reaction to this move, and that is telling you a story that will help you gauge the strength of the trend. Okay, so let's start with bar by bar analysis for today. This dark blue line is yesterday's high. So price gapped up about yesterday's high. First bar is a doji bar. Okay, with tail on top and bottom. Trading range price action. So breakout about yesterday's high, but not a strong conviction by anyone. Right, so it's being fought out between bulls and bears. What do you see next? Inside bar. Again, bulls managed to hold a bit because it's a bullish close, but no one is winning it yet. But the moment I see something like this, I'm getting ready. Either there's a failure here, that's basically breakout failure about yesterday's high, wherein I'm looking at the trap setup below bar 2, or there's an II pattern, which is basically an inside bar, and there's one more inside bar within this bar 1's range, and that's what happened here. Bar 3 is a strong inside bar, close at its high. So what you see is this breakout is succeeding. Now, is this a perfect setup? No. There is in the morning session for first few bars, there is not always going to be a perfect setup that everything will line up. You look at the context, there is a gap up, breakout above yesterday's high, and bulls are able to hold the ground. This is an II pattern, or in a way, I call this a triangle pattern, right? That is because one pushed down, second attempt by the bears, both failed to go down, and this is now an attempt being made by bulls, which is telling you that possibly a breakout will succeed. And that's what exactly happened. You go long above bar 3 high, and you get long around 158 point something, right? And then you get long here. I have drawn an extension, Fibonacci extension. I use them for profit targets, right? Of course, the first target is 30 points, the risk is 10 points, right? So this is 17158 is where we enter, and this bar went up to 199. So this bar itself, the entry bar itself, gave us the 30 points. That's the beauty of trading the opening range. Sometimes the trades just get done in 1 minute, or maybe less than that, right? So that's what happened here. So you book part profit at 30 points and keep the remaining open. Now let's see what happened. There's a bar which is a doji bar again, or trading range bar. So no follow through for this breakout out of this range that was established. What do you see next? Again a bull bar, and it tested this breakout, right? So breakout about this triangle or II pattern, that breakout was tested. So what is it telling you? That the bulls are strong. They are able to hold the ground because this bar closed at its high, and then there is some uh, price action stall here, but in general the bulls are not allowing bears to take control, and that's what we need to be able to read. This price action analysis, bar by bar analysis, is all about who is holding their ground and who is stronger than others, and bet on that side, and hope that the breakout takes place. We want to be able to identify setups where the price will break out, and in high probability. Of course, no one knows 100% certain, and we don't even know whether the breakout will succeed or not, right? What we want to get into is identify those high possibility or high probability breakout setups which will give us the profits quickly. I will call them rockets, right? Wherein they launch into the move right away. The moment the entry triggers, the move fires up and gets us into the profit, right? What happened next? So you see that after there's one, two, three, four, five, in this overall move, there are more bullish bars than the bear bars, right? There's this bear bar that came in, but again, that was the higher low is being maintained, right? When I saw this, there's a breakout pullback. This long part position is still being held. There's an opportunity here to go long about this bar high, which is 72.23 point, let's say 25, right? Some low. That breakout triggered here, that entry triggered here, but the bar did not manage to close about this bar's high. So the close was below the entry price or at around the entry price. So not a good entry. What happened next? Bulls made one more attempt, but again failed. So you should actually get out of this move because it's a weakening move and it's the attempt is not really working out. Okay, usually I like to keep the stop 10 points at 10 points and let it do whatever it wants to do. But here, because this is a big tail bar, I want the breakout to go through successfully. It didn't, and then there's a second attempt which is failing, which is a clear sign that this move is weakening, at least for a short while. It may not crumble down and keep falling, but there is a cooling off needed, possibly, and I don't want to be sitting through the moves. That's another thing that I focus on. I don't want to be sitting through moves. I want to be able to identify the price inflection points where I will get the quick breakouts, right? And the videos that I capture will teach you how to identify those areas or locations within the overall context, right? So that's what happened here. This is a trend line that I have drawn here. Price failed here to continue. So you get out at break even on this trade, or maybe a few points here and there you lost. You still, if you held the part position, that's still going on, right? Strong. That is still being held because there is nothing dangerous here that tells you that the trend is reversed. What do you see next? Three bullish, sorry, the bearish bars, but there's no strong bearish bar here. Uh, Follow through is weak. Attempt by the bulls that failed. Then there are two bear bars. So this is a possible breakout of this particular zone. This bar is a first strong bear bar. What do you see next? No follow through, right? Another bear attempt. It couldn't go below this bar, right? Also this breakout test, this is a level which is an important level now, which is possibly going to be tested or held if this trend is to continue. What do you see next is basically some overlapping bars here. Observe what is going on, right? This analysis, price action analysis, is one of the important things is to identify support and resistance areas, and whether those areas or range, that particular level is being held. So what you see here is once the bear breakout happened here, which low is 17,197, and you can see in this data box, this low is 198 and this low is 1999. So three attempts were made, right, by bears, but all of them were held. Higher lows are being maintained. So three attempts. I call this again a triangle pattern, but I did not take a breakout here because I don't want to be getting into a pullback, which is uh, too level steep and which is not yet close to moving average. Maybe I'm weak in these trades. I don't want. I don't dare to get into these kind of trades. So trade your comfort, right? What I am looking at here is this trend line is there. Okay, I want to see if it breaks out of this and there's a breakout pullback opportunity. I know that after this trend mode, this is a pullback that is happening and it's weak. Plus, I see these 3 points where the bulls are able to hold the ground. So it's telling you a story, and that's what we have to uncover every single day. What is happening today, bar by bar? Who is stronger in comparison with the others? And then bet on that side and go for it. Identify the context. Bar by bar analysis will help you with that, the way I'm explaining it. Identify the location where you want to get in. Like this location is a point where it just rocketed into a move. Then the next one I'm going to talk about is all about being patient and identifying that location which will help launch you into the move and give you the quick profit, right? That's what we need. We don't need to dabble into every single trade and trade every single bar. Within 1 hour, on this 1 minute candlestick chart, there will be enough setups, if not every day, but within a week, that you'll be able to make profits. Remember, our goal is to make 100 points per week, and that is good enough to give you a very good amount of money month on month and year on year basis, right? So coming back to this day analysis, you see that the breakout is happening here. There's a pause here. This bar is a doji bar. No one is owning it. But what is the context? Bullish. So if this is failing, bears should be owning it. So what do you see here? No, that's not the case. What's the low of this bar? 17,212. What happens next? Another doji bar, small bar. So this is the reaction to this breakout. Bears are not really strong enough, or they are not really in a sense of urgency to fail this breakout. 17212 is the low here and 17211.6. So the low of this bar, this breakout bar, was bought. What is it telling you? Right? I call this setup a trap setup. You may want to call it something else. Doesn't matter, as long as you understand this price action. There's a trend move, there's a breakout, and I see that there is a trap here where those who try to short below this bar were trapped. If not a lot of them, but some of them. Or it is telling you that bulls bought the low of this bar and they are protecting it. What is it telling you? It's a clue that bull action is to continue. There you see another rocket, right? So you go long above this bar, 17 to 18.45, so let's say 17 to 18.75. You launch into it and you get 30 points in this particular bar. Actually more than that, you get 50 points also in this bar. What is happening here now is that there is a strong uptrend that was started. This is a uh, pullback, which is a weak one, so that gives you an indication that continuation is high probable. Plus this kind of a price action is telling you, it's basically shouting loudly that take the long trade, get into it, and make the profit. That's it. It's that simple. Not always, but some days are like this, and you have to be patient to get into these and profit from them. So what you see next is basically just the continuation of bars. I have drawn another Fibonacci extension, which is this move, the morning move, right? And then I have drawn the extension, which is the 100% measured move. So this range and this range are basically equal extension. So I uh, use them for profit booking. It's up to you what you want to go with. As I said, I use 30 points as my first target. Next target could be this measured move extension, or 50 points, or 80 points, or 100 points. It's up to you. But this day has really been dropping clues that this is possibly a good trend day, uh, that you can milk, right? So this is and this is a zone where which is beyond the 30 minutes time that I trade, duration that I trade. So already we pocketed, if you held it till 9:45 or so, this went up to right at 300. So you got in at 17,218.75 or 19, or let's say 20, you made 80 points from this move. Let's say on the part position. If you held it further, remember you have been holding the part position on this one already. Okay, so if you did not take this trade, you've been holding the part position since 17158 point something, right? So you made good 150 points already on this one. If what do you see next? The reaction by bears, weak. Nothing is happening here, right? Then another breakout happens. Now this breakout is basically meeting the target of 100% extension of this range, which is a measured move target, so 17,365. That was made at around 9:59 or 10. So just 15 minutes from your regular duration. When do you wait for such a move? Because you clearly see the signs, and that is the reason I'm continuing with this. Plus, our measured move targets are not yet hit. Okay, but you may not want to choose this, or you're not that patient. It's up to you, but you develop that over the time. Main thing is being consistent and get those 30 points every single day in your pocket and make 100 points every week. That's it. That's what you need to succeed and be profitable consistently, right? So after that, this kept on doing this. It's holding the ground. uh, Moving average is being held. This was the first test of the moving average, and price is continuing to go up. Of course, after this morning move, there will be some cool off, and then possibly another breakout in the afternoon session or so. Okay, so that's it. I hope this price action analysis helped. We were definitely able to make at least two trades which were profitable. One was a break-even trade. Now on these two trades, we uh, got on an average, on a conservative basis, at least 50 points. Actually, we made a lot more than that. Okay, on this day itself, it gave you 100 points overall. So this day itself made a week's worth of profit. There were other days also that gave you profit. So some weeks are better compared with others. We don't just be gung ho or ecstatic about one day and just think about it. No, that's not how we treat trading. We need to just uncover what's happening, go with the flow, trade our plan, and let the market do what it wants to do. Just get the fear out of this, and be disciplined, follow all the rules, and profits will come. Hope it helped. Thanks for watching.